Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope your day is going well. So yesterday we saw some really good display from a number of our players. Samuel Chukwueze is definitely on the top of the list. He inspired AC Milan in their Coppa Italian match by scoring 2 goals in the first half, to uh, help AC Milan destroy SASSUOLO 6 goals to 1. What a scoreline this was. And of course, the Nigerian was at the center of it all, actually getting the opener for the match in the 12th minute, and then scoring out later after Tijani Rangers go in 17 minutes. So Chukwueze is he's on fire right now. He's been on fire. Let's not forget he's been on a roll in a couple of weeks now. Even the last time that we saw the Super Eagles play, Chukwueze was one of their most outstanding performers, and he showed that again last night. And what a night it was for him to show that kind of performance, because that match was also his 50th match for the Milan side. He was actually celebrated, his 50th appearances for the club, which is definitely no easy feat to reach, because AC Milan is definitely a very big club. But just so glad that he is finally starting to settle into this team. Even though the coach or the AC Milan side is still have some kind of doubts, we've not really seen these guys appreciate Samuel Chukwueze well enough, the way that they should. But this is definitely something that's going to work for his favor, when it comes to future games. And speaking of future games, I have a really interesting match over the weekend against Atalanta, which is also a club that our man Ademola Lookman plays for. But aside from Chukwueze, we also have the likes of Wilfred Ndidi and his Leicester City side. They actually enjoyed a 3-1 victory over a strong West Ham side, and that kicked off their new coach Ruud van Nistelrooy's era in a fine style. Remember, Leicester City had been suffering recently due to, I don't know, maybe it's fatigue or the fact that they just returned back into the Premiership and they don't really understand the pace of the league. But after sacking their coach, employing Ruud van Nistelrooy, his first match yesterday in the EPL midweek fixture, he gets a victory for them. Jamie Vardy opening the scoreline very early on in the 2nd minute. Canos later scored 61 minutes, and then Dapa scored in 90 minutes. And then West Ham got a consolation goal by Fulgrove in the 90 plus 3 minutes. But the most important thing for us, for me, is that Wilfred Ndidi keeps his position. Even under a new head coach, he continues to, become a very important member of the team. Played for 90 minutes, was one of the most highly rated players on the night for Leicester City. So definitely he contributed a lot to help them get that victory. And moving away, guys, we still have a lot of interesting performances, and this one is another one that I really enjoyed as well, in the BAYERN, in the Bundesliga, or not specifically Bundesliga, but in the DFB-Pokal Cup. That one involved Bayern Munich and Leverkusen last night, and Leverkusen, through the help of Ndidi and Tella, what will I put it? Shockingly defeated Bayern Munich. I wanted to say unfortunately, but it's not unfortunately. It's definitely fortunately, because the man that got the goal, the only goal for that game, was in fact the man that has been rejected. The man that hasn't really been favored a lot to play games for this Leverkusen side, and I'm talking about no other one than Nigerian Super Eagles winger Ndidi and Tella. He was the super sub for that game. He wasn't started. He hadn't been starting games. He hadn't been having a good, run of appearances for this side. Obviously, he's complained previously that he would love to know where his role stands in the club because he wasn't getting enough playing time. But he comes off the bench last night and then got the winner against the almighty Bayern Munich. Who were we have all of their players on display. Nice to see, of course, Ndidi and Tella getting that equalize, getting that only goal, that wins the match in the uh, I think in the 69th minute, yeah, 69 minutes, and that was the only goal. So now they've qualified into the quarterfinals of the DFB-Pokal Cup by knocking out Bayern Munich. Definitely, they're going to be the favorites to win this cup. Even if it's what they win this season, because it seems like Bayern Munich are pushing to win the title, although they are still in the race. But it's good to see them progressing into the quarterfinals through the help of a Nigerian international, Ndidi and Tella. But aside from that, guys, we still have some games that are coming up tonight. Of course, the English Premier League uh, have a lot of fixtures this December. It's just the norm. Every December we see lots of games played in during December. I think up to 4 or 5 fixtures in December. So this evening we'll still see a lot of possibilities for Nigerian Super Eagles players to make appearances, and then starting with a really difficult one for our players. Nottingham Forest, they actually have a game with Manchester City. That game is coming up later tonight around uh, 8:30, and of course the vibe. Aina is going to also be at the center of it all, where he's going to hope to get something out of that game. It's going to be difficult, to get anything from Man City, but if any team is going to get anything from Man City at this point, it has to be Nottingham Forest, who are currently cruising right now. They won their last game, against Ipswich, and if you look at the standing, they've been really fantastic. In the 6th position, getting 22 points from 13 games, and they are just shockingly 1 point below Man City, who are in 23 points from the same number of games played, 13. So Man City are down and seems like they are out somehow because the last couple of games, I think 6 games, they've not been able to find any victory. They've lost most of the games. So it's going to also be a difficult one for Man City, but we'll see how Ola Aina performs with the rest of the guys. Hopefully, maybe we get to see Taiwo Awoniyi make some appearances as well for that game. But moving on, guys, we also have Southampton, who will be welcoming Chelsea tonight at the same time at home, and then Joe Aribo also fancies his chances of making the starting bet to get something out of Chelsea game. What else? That's all the games that we're expecting our players to take appearances for this night in the Premier League. We'll see what happens, and then hopefully our players, are in the winning side for tonight's games. That's the update, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to leave a like for the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and stay tuned for more stories.